EGOIPMENT Business Network. So much for one broadcast.
Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountains that Nigeria is out of recession. Oh yes, such is the mood here. Nigeria is officially out of recession, and this is coming from the National Bureau of Statistics. Congratulations to all our economic managers, business operators, and indeed, congratulations to Nigerians. Kudos. Hello everyone, many thanks indeed for joining us. This is the EOM Business Network, and we're coming to you from the studios of EOM Communications. Today on the program, we'll be interfacing with business operators about their businesses in relation to the economic environment. On Face to Face is the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Shab Aluminium Nigeria Limited, our Shab. It's a package you just can't afford to miss. I am Olorogo Elkanah Moware. Please sit back as we unfold the details. Stay with us.
The Proudly Nigerian campaign is an initiative committed towards locating, identifying, recognizing, and promoting outstanding Nigerian individuals and organizations, both domiciled in the country and in the diaspora, for their positive contributions towards the continuous growth and development of Nigerians and the brand Nigeria. The campaign also aims to create an enviable environment which will ensure that the creativity of Nigerians is adequately recognized, particularly in the sphere of producing local whole content, goods and services.
A brand that operates on a world-class standard, but with a Nigerian alternative, Nigerian heritage. So I particularly am proud to have an organization that promotes excellence.
It is also established to recognize the need to encourage more productivity from the teeming Nigerians, both in the country and in the diaspora, who are brimming with ideas that could change the paradigm of Nigeria for good. It is against this background that the Proudly Nigerian Campaign Organization is embarking on a media tour to select strategic print media publications like The Nation, Sun, Vanguard, Business Day, and Punch newspapers to solicit for their partnerships so as to sensitize the citizenry on the need to be Proudly Nigerians always. Proudly Nigerian Campaign, great nation, great opportunities.
Special TV report. Destination Abuja. Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industry.
We are Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industries. The chamber movement in Nigeria, in as much as it has existed for many years, still has a lot of challenges in terms of acceptance by government.
There are various sectors in the economy, and people in manufacturing, in importation, in exportation are all members of the chamber. So the essence is to foster and grow their business through advocacy, through inputs to government in areas of interest.
Watch out.
EOM Communications presents The Nigerian Engineer.
The Nigerian content law that already is being in use in the oil and gas sector, and it's beginning to yield some results. And we are saying you should extend this to all the sectors of the economy.
The Nigerian Engineer.
The vision of Nigerian Institute of Chemical Engineering is actually to be a center of excellence for chemical engineering profession in Africa and to be the prime mover of industrialization.
The Nigerian Engineer. Watch out. Findings from global economic evaluations suggest that for any economic climb to achieve a friendly, conducive and thriving business environment, the establishment of social infrastructures like health, electricity, roads, communication, transportation systems, physical structures, as well as friendly tax regimes and so on is essential. In fact, some of the major roots of Nigeria's economic stagnation can be traced to infrastructure deficit, insufficient implementation of developmental policies, lack of consistency to agreed policies, financial mismanagement, and unfriendly tax regimes, amongst others. Recent results from the Article 4 consultation with Nigeria by the International Monetary Fund has also presented the unsustainability of Nigeria's economic policies as a major problem, which has necessitated a strategy to transform the economy into a more diversified and inclusive one. Economic experts have therefore recommended that for Nigeria to improve on its 1% real growth in its economic recovery plans to revamp the current economic challenges and indeed compete favorably in the circle of global economic powers, then about 25% of its gross domestic product must be sincerely and consistently committed to infrastructure development over the next 10 years. EOM Business Network spoke to a cross-section of industry captains on the prospects and challenges of doing business in Nigeria. Architect Abubakar Audu Bako is the principal partner and managing director of Function Arc Designs Associates.
I was working with my Tesco Costi Hungarian partners. So along the line, I left Tesco Costi because we were the pioneer architects on the Abuja project when Abuja was nothing. We used to go to Suleja, that was the center of activities, until finally they moved to Area 1 where we have the Ministry of Commerce. That was the first building, to my knowledge, inside Abuja. FCDA started from there, and then later on they moved to where they are now. So since that time, after some time, we did quite a number of projects for federal and then also Kano State, and we did some work also, as Tesco Costi. Before, the last job we did was Azare Flour Mills. Then Function Arc came up. And since then, we have been busy up to today. When I go to Abuja, my car is my office. So I just move from one place to the other. I become very active. You understand? So most of my projects are outside the state. Like, for example, I have my clients outside. I work for like ministries, like Ministry of Education. That's where I worked more in those days. And now I work for Central Bank. I've worked for ABU. I had opportunity of advising one of the former governors when I met him one-on-one. I told him, you are giving out jobs, but please make surprise visits. So if people are aware that you can make a surprise visit, people will sit up, and then you will achieve more. So my own advice is that try and supervise. Even your commissioners, just make them surprise visits. On schedule, you are just passing, the governor stops. What about this? What about that? So you see, everybody will be on his toes. But when you give out a job, education, whatever, the empowerment of youth, this and that, and you go and sit down, there will be so many people who come and create distraction. Create time for distraction and create time for work.
Edward Akerele is the managing director of Boniva View Hotel.
Boniva View Hotel came on board around 2009, and it was not as big as this. It started with a very small number of rooms, less than 20, and over the years it started growing. Today it has 113 bedrooms, and we're still expanding. You can see the expansion project behind us. So not just about the number of rooms, we're endowed with a good swimming pool. We had a gymnasium a couple of years back. We have more than one restaurant now. Yes, it is only in Bovina we have a product we call Aleloka. Aleloka is our own version of buffet, where we give you African and African food alone. You talk about the starters, the entree, the dessert, everything is African. And when you look at the variety of drinks we offer, brukutu, emufunfun, kunu, all of these, they are unique in themselves and they are nutritional. They are good for our health. So, and we see the way this has been welcomed by the people. We launched that product in 2015. And as at 2017, I can tell you that we have catered to over 3,000 guests.
Alhaji Muhammad Yaro is the president of Mass International and Equipment Nigeria Limited.
Mass International and Equipment Nigeria Limited is a company registered under Nigerian law. It has been registered 2004. Since our inception, we are into agricultural machineries. We used to import agricultural machineries like tractors with implements, machineries like planter, threshers, land leveler, and also bone sprayers and other things. Well, what is unique about our services? Number one is the quality of our product. Number two, we sell and remain with you. We want to know the challenges on our machines. If you have issues, we don't want you to give to the roadside mechanics. We want to know what is the problem. We'll handle it for you. We'll open the file for the product that you are buying from us. Then time to time, we used to inform you that we have training. You send the operators, we train them on the machines also.
Yeah, actually some of the challenges we have here, as you have all known, include some of the policies of government policies, let me be precise, and the patronage from our customers, because most times you discover that there are some of the policies that have been put on companies or organizations which to some extent are not favorable to organizations like this. But notwithstanding, we believe we are equal to the task and can surmount those challenges. You discover that in the early days, our parents and our elders or people who have been before us have so much depended on agriculture, which was their major source of income, and there was a tremendous production of food in the country. But these days, you know, there are a lot of items or areas where diversions come in, especially in the petroleum sector. A lot of people dropped agriculture for those other sectors that they felt they could make faster money or other in terms of business. But agricultural sector, as I may say, in this present dispensation is getting its foot back. And by God's grace, we are expecting that at least we are going to have a good outcome from this present regime.
Alhaji Amadu Yaro is the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of AY Hassaina and Sons Limited.
This is a company starting transport since 1963. I started from bicycle, hiring bicycle, people from Central Market, Kaduna. People, they're taking bicycle to go somewhere to like to go and come back to give us 3 pence, 2 pence, 6 pence, hire 1 shilling. So night 1 shilling. From 5 o'clock to 8 in the morning, that's night, that's 1 shilling. I have a vision to be a airline transport because I started, registered, do this one, thinking about it, I planned it. The mission of that our own is, first of all, to make company have, through that company, I grow my children, I give them a school, good school, and help people.
If government can come and intervene and support haulage sector, it will help a lot. In a situation, it will boost the economic, we will have a sustainable rate in the market. The federal government invited Dunlop company. How are they going to come back to Nigeria? Because they have moved to Ghana. These are the steps forward, which we are praying for the government to take measures regards to that. If we can have that, it's something that will be really appreciate, that it will help a lot in transport sector. And in addition to that, the department that are handling of control, quality control, let them stand still. If they stand still, automatically we will get what we want. It will help a lot, and repairing of our road, interstate road, it helps a lot. These are the 3 areas that we are praying for the federal government to intervene in transport sector, and we will get it right, and it will boost the economic of the country.
Anwar Shaban is the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Shab Aluminium Nigeria Limited.
My father used to have a restaurant, and I used to work with him. Along the time, an opportunity came to buy some aluminium machines to sell them, buy them and sell them. So it was like, okay, we bought the machines, and I was like, let us go a little bit deep into this, the business, and find out more about the aluminium industry. And from few friends, we heard that it was quite a lucrative business and it's good, and I got interested. So we set up the company, which was set up in 1991. Incorporated in 1991. 1992 it started small function. We were not very familiar, we were not known. So it took some time working and getting to understand the business and know the business. It took about 4 or 5 years for us to really understand what is going on and what we need to do. Then we started online and with other companies interacting and getting to know what is all about, and here we are, day by day, growing, knowing, educating yourself, and this is how it was set up. We have always strived to make sure that customers are satisfied before we demand money and payments and look for the economical aspect of it. Of course, you need to get money to continue working, but it was not our priority. It was not all about money. It was about customer satisfaction. At the initial stage, we suffered a lot. We dealt with a lot of clients that were not honest themselves, so we try and satisfy them. At the end, we don't get our money, but eventually, you get to meet clients that appreciate what you do. And up till today, we have projects that have handed over maybe 10 years ago. If the client calls us, we will go there, maintain the job, will not even ask for anything. Well, definitely we cannot do the works with our own hands. So we make sure that our staff go through the training. We do not have a program where you sit in a class and start educating them about it, but it's just a process of being under a technician for a certain period of time and being experienced with it, and allowing him to make a mistake so that you show him where he made a mistake from and capitalize on it, and make sure that you always don't allow products to go out from here, even if the customers don't see it. Many of my staff tell me, but sir, my customer will not see it. When they see our products in the market, they say, wow, what a fantastic job. You are never satisfied. I say, yes, I'm never satisfied, because whenever there is a problem, you should see it. Although it's beyond your, it was not intentional or whatever, but that doesn't mean you should allow it to go. So with this type of mentality, they grow. Many of people have resigned from here and gone and set up aluminum industry and taken jobs, and they are well off now, and they still come here and say, thank you, sir. All the time I thought you were punishing us, you were too demanding, you were too this. Right now, we are appreciated in the market. The government has already started doing on the SONCAP situation where certified products, because a lot of, you won't believe that there's a lot of finished goods in this industry comes in. People go to Dubai, people go to China, people go to Turkey, they buy windows, doors, completely finished, and they're available here in better quality. This is not only in Nigeria, it has become a trend all over the world. When people started making money so quickly, people realized that they want to live, and with the social media and seeing everything around, everybody is not content anymore. He wants his cake today, he doesn't want to work for it. So some people find it easy to go and be deceptive about it. But over here we try and make sure that we encourage people to be honest, that honesty has a reward. It's not a quick reward, it's hard working, but once you get there and people believe in you and trust in you, there will be no doubt whatever you say will be granted. It's a big industry, and it's still not yet at its full potential. I believe it still has a lot to grow. And I believe within this regime and this crisis that we're in is a good place to start innovating and investing here, rather than importing most of the things and then fabricating here. And from what I've heard and what I've seen, that's what's going on. And I believe in the next 5-10 years, the industry will survive on its own, will not need anything to be imported. We have the aluminum here, we can do the glass here, we can produce the accessories here, but it's just the policies was not there. So when the policies are in the right places, and most of the time you stop most of these Chinese that's come in here that low quality, and they compete with you, so you cannot set up something here and produce when the products are coming in at half the price. But I believe right now, with the standard organization of Nigeria trying to make sure that everything that comes into the country is standardized, I think things will improve. People didn't have good quality to compare with, so every time they thought what is here is good, then somebody brings something shiny from outside is better. I think it's a wrong impression, because even importation, you have a lot of bad quality from abroad. If you don't know where to import from, you're importing bad quality. So it's a wrong concept. It's just that you have to know what you want and where to find it. If you don't know what you want, and you just deal with somebody who says, this is my brother, he can do this, and then it's not his field and he does the job for you, you can't blame Nigeria or made in Nigeria. You blame yourself, you didn't go to the right place. Well, it's true, there is a lot of tariffs, but it's a burden. But you have to deal with. What can you do? You have the local government, you have the state government, you buy your vehicles, you send them to Lagos with products, you have already paid for your vehicles, your local these things, then they stop them, they say in the south they do not accept what is in the north does not accept what's in the east, and it's a lot of problems, but It's part of any society.
And that's our package for today. Thanks for staying with us. Our deep gratitude to our sponsors for your continued interest and support. We hope you have benefited from the content of today's episode. Otherwise, come with us to eomcoms.com. In the meantime, always remember, we are champs. Oh yes. Again, kudos, kudos, kudos. Nigeria is officially out of recession. And this is coming from the National Bureau of Statistics. We are so ecstatic. I am Olorogo Elkanah Moware. Please, on behalf of the rest of the production team, let us do it again. Same time, same channel on Friday. We'll see you then.